Born in the dust-ridden badlands of the American Midwest, Caleb Quinn was son to struggling Irish immigrants. On the edge of the frontier, sickness, famine, and death were common sights, and pioneers were contended for whatever scraps they could claim while tycoons feasted. Caleb's father, once an engineer, had few options to ply his trade as businesses posted a common sign, "No Irish need apply." His antiquated tools laid untouched for years until Caleb uncovered them. Noticing his son's interest in the trade, he gifted him his old wrench. Armed with arguably one of the best powers in the game, able to stop survivors dead in their tracks and pull them not only closer, but away from pallets, windows, and the exit gate for that easy kill. The Deathslinger is a menace. I mean, sure, you could play Huntress and skip the whole reeling in part, but then you have to line up the curvature of the axe and constantly stop at lockers to reload, whereas with Deathslinger, it's basically just a point-and-click adventure game. Look, point and click, job done. And playing Huntress doesn't make you feel like the fastest gun in the West. All that being said though, Deathslinger does have his problems. For instance, he's basically pay to lose. You see, all of his gun cosmetics, other than his default, aren't aligned with the spear properly, making aiming more inaccurate. You can see here that when I switch gun, the spear jumps upwards, meaning that in-game, what would be a successful hit ends up completely missing. On top of that are his outfits, with these skins in particular making him taller so survivors can see him more easily over loops. But so what? Just use other cosmetics, right? Well, you're absolutely right, just use other cosmetics. Unless you're me, or like the challenge, or like looking stupid. Also, just like to point out, as you may have noticed that during this clip playing in the background, I successfully hit this survivor, his arms flail into the air, and he immediately breaks free. This is a fairly common issue with Deathslinger, and I'm not sure if it's an actual bug or just a case of latency. But you wanna know what really grinds my gears? You see, there's this thing that happens when you play any ranged killer, and that thing is when survivors crouch under your attack to dodge it. Look, I get it. I'm not gonna hit every shot, and if someone's able to dodge me, then good on them. But when survivors get cocky and start doing it all the time, Deathslinger is a great killer, an absolute powerhouse who can dominate basically every map in the game, even the indoor ones. His perks Deadman Switch and Gearhead are really good for a lot of builds, and just nice to have. Not going to talk about Retribution. So I would highly recommend buying this guy. I think the skill ceiling is pretty high, as you can almost always get better, but he takes a lot of practice too. As for his add-ons, I personally use the Ammo Belt and Warden's Keys for those super speedy reload times, which practically guarantee that every chase ends with a down. But if you're a fan of more pressure-based builds, he has plenty of great add-ons for inflicting the mangled status effect or increasing the time it takes to mend. His Viscerals, however, are a take-it-or-leave-it situation, with the Iridescent Coin being great if you can quickly figure out how far survivors are away from you, and the Hellshire Iron being absolutely dogshit. Last but not least, do I, as a Deathslinger main, think he needs changes? Yes, I think his outfits are fine as they are, but the misplaced spears seriously need redoing. And as I just mentioned, his add-on Hellshire Iron is really bad, and I think needs a full change. To what, you may ask? Give him 2 bullets.